Let's be honest, nobody wakes up excited to shop for car insurance. But when your renewal hits and the price jumps $400 for no reason, you start looking around fast. And if you're like most people, you're not just trying to find the best coverage anymore. You want the cheapest rate you can find without getting screwed later on. So in this video, we're breaking down the 5 cheapest car insurance companies. These aren't just the lowest numbers from some random article. We looked at price, value, service, and real-world user experience. And yes, I'm including Lemonade and State Farm in this list. Not just because they're affordable, but also because we have affiliate links for them below. If you end up getting a quote from either one of them, then you'll be helping support this channel, which we seriously appreciate. Also, if you're not sure which company fits you best, there's a free insurance survey link in the description to help you figure that out in under 2 minutes. So let's get into it. Number 1, Geico. Let's start with Geico, which is probably the most recognizable name on this list. They've been around forever, and that little green lizard has somehow managed to stay relevant for 2 decades. But is Geico actually cheap? Turns out, yeah, they really are. According to the data, Geico's average rate for minimum coverage sits at around $462 per year, which puts them at the very top of the list for affordability. But here's where things get interesting. Geico doesn't just cater to people with spotless records. They're one of the few companies that seems to understand real-life situations. Maybe you had a speeding ticket last year. Maybe your car is 10 years old and fully paid off. Maybe you're in your early 20s and just trying to get something that won't drain your entire paycheck. Geico tends to do really well in those situations. The big appeal, it's all online. You can get a quote in minutes, customize your policy from your couch, and never have to talk to a human if you don't want to. For some people, that is ideal. That said, not having a local agent can be a double-edged sword. When things go wrong, like you get in an accident or have questions, it's you, your phone, and the Geico app. You might wait on hold or talk to 3 different reps before something gets resolved. Some folks are fine with that. Others, not so much. If you're tech savvy, don't mind managing things yourself, and you just want something cheap that works, Geico is honestly pretty hard to beat. Number 2, USAA. Coming in next is USAA with an average minimum coverage rate of $487 per year. Now, here's the catch. Not everyone can qualify. USAA is only available to military members, veterans, and their families. But if you're eligible, this is a company that's absolutely worth checking out. USAA has always had a great reputation for taking care of its customers. People love them. They consistently get top marks for satisfaction, and for a long time, they were known for having unbeatable prices. But lately, they've hit a bit of a rough patch. A lot of folks have started to notice that the service just isn't what it used to be. There's a few more complaints about wait times, claim issues, and policies being harder to manage. It's like they grew too fast and they're still trying to catch up. Still, even with the recent hiccups, USAA holds up pretty well in terms of value. If you've got a decent driving record and can bundle your car and house insurance, they'll usually give you a discount. They also offer banking services and investment options, so if you're into keeping everything under one roof, then that's a bonus. If you're part of a military family and you want a company that has a strong background and decent prices, then give them a call. Just don't expect everything to be perfect. They've still got some things to work out with all their growth. Number 3, Progressive. Next up is Progressive. Their average minimum coverage rate comes in at about $549 per year, which is definitely in the affordable range. But what makes Progressive stand out isn't just the price, it's the flexibility. Progressive was one of the first big insurance companies to really lean into online tools. Their website and app are super easy to use. You can get a quote, adjust your coverages, file a claim, and track everything in one place. If you like to be hands-on with your finances, that's a big deal. One thing Progressive does really well is personalization. They let you build your policy on what you need. Want lower deductibles? Add it in. Don't need roadside assistance? Take it out. They also have a tool called Snapshot that tracks your driving and can save you money if you're a safe driver. The catch? You have to be okay with them tracking your habits, like how fast you accelerate or if you slam on the brakes. It's not all perfect though. Progressive is known for being strict when it comes to claims. If something doesn't match your policy exactly, like who's driving the car or where it's kept overnight, they may deny the claim. So it's super important to be upfront when you apply. That said, if you want a company that's easy to work with online and rewards good driving habits, then Progressive might be the sweet spot between low cost and great features. Number 4, Lemonade. Now, Lemonade's the new kid on the block. You might have heard of them for renters insurance, where they totally disrupted the game with low prices and fast payouts. Now they're moving into auto insurance, and they're bringing the same vibe. Simple, cheap, and built for people who want to manage everything on their phones. What makes Lemonade different is that they're trying to make insurance actually not terrible. Their app is smooth, their policies are easy to read, and their prices are some of the lowest out there. In some states, people are getting minimum coverage for under $600 per year, and they're not just selling you a policy. They're also using tech to help track how you drive, how often you drive, and if you're being safe. They're ideal for people who don't drive much. So if you work from home, take public transit most days, or only use your car on weekends, then Lemonade might be perfect. They give discounts for low mileage and safe driving, and their claims process is insanely fast. Right now, they're still rolling it out in different states, so they might not be available where you live just yet. But if they are, and especially if you already use them for renters or home insurance, definitely get a quote. Also, we've got a Lemonade link down below. It supports the channel and it gets you a quote in like 90 seconds, which is super easy. Last but definitely not least, we've got State Farm coming in at around $718 per year for minimum coverage. Now I know $718 doesn't sound like the cheapest option on this list, but here's why State Farm still makes the cut. They're consistent. Their prices might not be rock bottom, but they rarely swing wildly. Plus, they're everywhere. No matter where you live, there's probably a State Farm agent within a few miles. People love the fact that State Farm actually has local agents. That might not matter to everyone, but if you want someone you can call, email, or even meet in person, then that's a big plus. Especially when it comes time to file a claim or make changes to your policy. Now, they've had some legal issues recently, and they're definitely more old school than some of the other companies on this list. But they've been around forever, they're financially solid, and they're great if you want to bundle multiple policies, like home, auto, and even life insurance. We also have a link for State Farm in the description. If you're considering using them, then use that link. It helps the channel and it makes it super easy to get started. How to choose the right one. Look, there's no one size fits all when it comes to car insurance. What works for your neighbor might be terrible for you. That's why it's important to get a few quotes, compare coverages, and ask questions. If you're someone who just wants the cheapest option and you're cool handling everything online, get started with Geico or Lemonade. If you want a mix of price and a bit of more support, then check out Progressive. If you qualify for USAA, definitely add them to your list. And if you want that personal touch and a local agent, you can count on State Farm. Again, if you still need help picking, we've got our free insurance survey linked down below. It'll ask just a few quick questions and help point you in the right direction. And again, if you use the Lemonade or State Farm links, you're helping support the channel at no additional cost. So let us know down in the comments what your experience has been with these companies. Treat you well? Do they raise your rates out of nowhere? We want to hear it. And if you want to see which insurance option is best for your situation, we'll leave that link to our survey down in the description below. Now, all the links in the description are affiliate links, which mean we earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And your support through these links helps keep our channel going and allows us to continue to create free content just like this. So we really appreciate it if you decide to use them. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you here in the next video.